Hi, it's Tommy Stuart, and I'm going to talk to you about business, in particular about business startups. I'm a Scotsman, moved down here from Glasgow, lived in Stockport near Manchester for about the last 60 years, and I've been a businessman for all those years. So I have a lot of experience to give to people. My nickname is Tricky Tommy because of the various situations I've found myself in business, and I've been very successful, and I've had a few miserable failures as well, of course. Had the Porsches, had the Ferraris, and had a good life. I mean, I'm knocking on a bit, I hate to say it, but the old brain box is still working very well, and I can give you lots of advice. I'm going to give you an idea now, a startup idea. I'm going to start talking about business startups, and I'm going to call them Tricky Tommy's business startups. I'll be giving a few of these out over the next few weeks or months or so, and I'm going to put them all into our website as well. So if I can be of assistance to you in any way at all, give me a shout, because all you have to do is to write into the internet tommystewart.com. And would you believe it, I come up. I'm so popular. There you go. Anyway, so here we go. First one, first business startup. I was in a pub one day when I was introduced to a guy who had a very posh, expensive car outside. I mean, really posh car. Curiosity got the better of me, and so I asked him what he did for a living. To be driving such a beautiful car. You could have knocked me down with a feather when he told me. He told me he buys big chunks of cheese, grates them, and sells them back to the supermarkets. He explained that he buys the cheese in great big round lumps, grates it, puts it into polythene bags after he weighs the portions, and then sells it to supermarkets where they go on to sell to people who make salads, sandwiches, and various other fancy things with it. Because he buys at such large quantities, the prices are vastly discounted to him, and then after grating, he adds his percentage onto the selling price and makes a very, very nice profit. So when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense to buy your cheese ready grated. I mean, look how easy it is to peel a potato and make chips. And yet now you can buy your potatoes ready chipped and ready for the frying pan. Crazy. When you think of it, a potato is simply a potato, but with cheese, particularly grated cheese, and using a vast selection of different cheeses, you can cook a lot more recipes, and you can mix between the different cheeses, and even with various spices, which would make a delicious additive to a meal. There's nothing wrong with a little fresh basil, for example, mozzarella and tomato tossed in olive oil to top your favourite pasta. Fresh or dried herbs are a delicious addition to your favourite cheese-based dishes. If you were to experiment a bit with these mixtures, you could corner yourself a very, very nice market. I mean, to experiment with herbs, in particular with herbs and cheeses, and then to have them nicely packaged, could go a long way towards creating a very big business. Anyway, there are also various ways to grate your cheese and a variety of prices for the graters. I prefer a method where I don't need to hold the cheese and skin my knuckles and spill a bit of blood on it. You could buy what they call a stainless steel moulin. I think that's the pronunciation. Moulin from Amazon, which should cost you between £50 and £150. That's the most expensive item you would have to buy. Your cheese and your poly bags and scales, peanuts. This is a really inexpensive way to set yourself up in a business and an easy one to get started. All you need is the cheese, the poly bags, the scales, and the means of grating big lumps of cheese. You can get into a business, you can't get into a business much easier than that, can you? Have a look at my website, by the way. There are other business startup ideas in there. If you click below, I hope you click below, that will get me coming back to you with some more ideas. The website address is https://pensiondoff.com. So, and that's it. It's very simple. There's nothing, not a lot to it. Simple idea. Easy to start up. Inexpensive to start up. And yet it has tremendous potential. I'm your businessman here. If I can be of any assistance to you. If you have a business now and you're having some trouble and you'd like some advice, give me a shout. I'm always ready to help. And I'll cost you nothing. I'll give you the advice you need. I've got myself out of a few tricky situations. Hence my nickname, Tricky Tommy. I think that's it. I can't think of anything else to say to you. Good luck. God bless. And get in touch if you need me. Okay? Bye-bye. Oh.